Hi, this is Charting Man Dan of TheChartGuys.com, home of technical analysis education. Click the link for a free week trial, no credit card required, and gain access to our multiple live broadcasts daily, community chat room, educational videos, nightly watch lists, and more. Invest in your education and future and join the community today.
Hey everyone, looking at Twitter on the daily and weekly time frame. So a second gap down open today, and the theme of the past 3 days is bulls make a nice push, but it's rejected every time and we close down near the lows. So definitely profit taking going on for day traders, and we're at a very key support. The low of the last consolidation was 1810, and although we broke it today, we closed above it, so that support is just barely maintained. We bounced off the 200-day support as well of 1799. If those levels are lost, we're going to have a lower high and then a lower low, and it's going to reverse this bullish uptrend that we have been in. So Tuesday's a pretty important day, and if we do continue to pull back, we can see this weekly chart. The 50-week resistance has rejected the price 3 out of the last 4 weeks, and we have now lost that 10-week moving average support, which has been support since this bullish reversal started. So it's definitely a setback for the bulls, and if we continue and break $18, we're looking down at this middle Bollinger Band on the weekly of 1678, and if that level is lost, all hope is pretty much lost for the bulls on this little bounce attempt, and we're going to resume the overall very bearish downtrend. So bulls need to show up ideally Monday. If they can't do it, we're looking down here at the middle Bollinger Band on the weekly, and that's going to line up. That level is 1678. That will line up right there with that 100-day moving average, so that's the key level to watch. Let's now look at the 5-minute time frame. So there was a lot of back and forth choppy action this morning, and a lot of people draw trend lines and patterns, which is fine. We had one of our The Chart Guys moderators, Jason, putting out a pattern video here. You can look for that. Twitter's among them. But here you can see the moving averages pretty much do that job for you. This 200 period 5-minute resistance and this 20 period 5-minute support, they're not as tight as those trend lines would be, and maybe those trend lines give you a little bit of a heads up. But you can see we bounced around in this range. We kept that 20-period moving average support, ground up with it. One final rejection from the 200 period after 2 candlesticks fell just shy of that level, and then that's when the dump started. So losing the 20 period was red flag number 1, and then losing this 100 period gave it up to the bears, and from there we had 2 hours, over 2 hours of downside. So a really nice bearish signal. Using those moving averages, using those trend lines, information to be had, whatever your style is, and you can use both styles. Might be a little bit cluttered on this chart, but having 2 different charts up, maybe getting a first heads up when the trend line breaks, and then once the moving average support breaks, because they are a little looser, that's your confirmation. So I appreciate you watching, and I hope you have a fantastic weekend.